Hello, good evening and welcome. It's Wednesday evening and it's time for the second episode of ESC Fan TV's Road to Turin. Yes, tonight I have a panelist of guests ready to look at the entries from Albania, Ukraine, Denmark, Moldova and Latvia. So I hope everyone has eaten their salad this evening. Don't forget, as always, go and comment, like, subscribe. Do comment in the chat room. Alas, you'll notice there is no Stu today, and there's no Elliot either. So I'm literally going to be in the chat room with you and hosting as well. So I'm going to be Superman at the moment, but I will be ably assisted, I know, in everything by my honorary co-host this evening, the lovely Jo. Good evening, Jo.
Thank you, Tom. Yes, I'm here, and I am so looking forward to tonight's reviews because I just love them all. I really do.
Hey, also joining me, we've got the wonderful Elena.
Hello, I had to find my unmute button. So looking forward to this.
Hey, and it's great to see you as well. Also joining us, we've got Thomas. Hey, Thomas.
Hi, guys. Happy to be here. I might be the grumpy old man tonight.
Oh, surely not. Surely not. Also joining us, we've got Martin. Hey, Martin.
Hello, welcome everybody. And I'm probably not going to be grumpy because I've got 4 of my top 20 in this evening. So good one.
Hey, what? And also joining us, someone who I think is loving, most of these entries this evening. It's the wonderful Phil. Good evening, Phil.
Hello, yes, I've been allowed on without adult supervision today. So Michelle's playing tennis, so she's not back yet.
Hey!
Set of songs. Looking forward to talking about them.
Do you know what? We have got an absolutely amazing set of songs. So, guys, let's get started. First entry we are going to talk about tonight is Albania. Here we are. It's Ronela Hajati with Sekret. Now, Albania last time out managed 21st in the grand final, but their high point actually was 5th in 2012. Sekret is, I've written down, modern, nice, contemporary. Obviously, as always, Thickness is one of the first songs out of the taxi rank as well. Selected nice and early. Let's go straight to Jo. What do you think of this one?
Yeah, out of the 5 songs tonight, this is probably my least favorite, but I still like it. It is, I think it came on too early. It always comes up too early. So Albania is one of those where you forget it for a while because the second it, the final's over, you think, oh, it's going to get revamped, blah, blah, blah. Let's pretend it doesn't exist for a while. And that's with me anyway, that's what happens. And when it came out, I actually really like this. It's got a catchy chorus, hasn't it? And I think that's the issue. You look at it, there's a bit of an earworm in the old chorus there. Whether I think it's going to get through, I'm a little bit on the borderline. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, it's pleasant enough, isn't it? I think all of your words, Tom, it sums it up really.
Hey, well, it's nice to know that my notes are good for something. Let's just go around in the anti-clockwise fashion and go to Phil. Phil, I mean, can you see this? How can you see this being staged in Turin?
Well, I mean, it certainly had fantastic choreography. They've got to have the dancing again somehow. Maybe, obviously, not with as many people because there's a limit to the number of people on stage. But it's an absolute bang. I mean, it starts off slow. There seems to be a lot this year that sort of start off slow and then suddenly come out of nowhere and it's like a banging tune. And this is one of them. But yeah, I think it's going to have all the full, dance routine, wind machine, everything thrown at it. And I think it'll work well. It's a good banging song. As you said, it's a modern sound, but it's at the same time, there's definitely an Albanian twist to it. It's not a generic Eurovision song. It's an Albanian entry. I love it.
And do you know what? And I think that's so important, actually. I think sometimes with these songs, and maybe I am somewhat controversial because I am starting to harden my line with this, that I think countries should be showing off their musicality more, I think. And there has been a sway towards a certain style with some countries. And variety is always good. We've always said that. Variety is great. And Albania very, very much brings that to the table this year. Now, Martin, I'm very, very curious now, because you've said that there are loads of songs in your top 20 this evening. So whereabouts does Ronela's song feature?
Well, this is the one that isn't. It's only 24, and I still would give it 7 out of 10, so it's not bad. I'm just interested to see what we're going to get, because obviously at FIK we had Ronela, incredible performer, strong person on stage, all those dancers, and obviously we're not going to get that unless they do something with the backdrop and sort of make it look as though she's got loads of dancers. We've seen this music video, which is based on an Albanian fable, but looked a bit Game of Thrones. But she's got such personality. It's all going to be about her. And I think she's going to knock it out of the park in the fact that I think that she's going to qualify. I would be very surprised if Albania didn't qualify, because she is immensely watchable. I don't really think the song's as good now as it was back in December, was it? When FIK, I forget now.
It was December. It's a long time ago, though.
I mean, obviously, they had to do something because I had to lose 30 seconds, and it's changed. There's a bit more English in there. So I'm not that as keen on the song anymore, but I think that her personality, whatever they're going to throw at us visually, is going to do the job, and she's going to get through. But yeah, it's all the Eurovision fandom wanted Albania to send a banger. So that's what we got, and you can't really complain about it now.
This is true. You cannot. They got what they wanted. Everyone got what they wanted. This is true. And to be fair, I mean, they have their event first. They're more than welcome to actually select it all. I still think it's a dead cert to qualify. We'll be asking people for those views shortly. And do keep the comments coming. I noticed Stu is very active in the chat room talking to people. Tristan reckons it's very much a mix of Wild Dances and Matahari, Cleopatra, but also thinks it's the best Albanian entry since Zeus. Other people think that, it's okay, same old, but great voice. I mean, Thomas, love or hate this song, you can't really fault Ronela's vocal on this, can you?
I think it's a great song. Her vocal is absolutely amazing. Such a powerful voice. I guess he will be a definite go through to the final. I guess the performance will be powerful. Her in the middle, performing it well. I especially like the eagle sound in the song. I think it's a nice twist to the eagle in the Albanian flag. I like the connection between that. I like the ethnic sound in this song. Yes, I like it. It's nearly my favorite in tonight's selection.
Oh, that's interesting. I always like it when someone says it's nearly my favorite, because especially with 4 songs to go, I'm like, where could we be going? I'll be keeping my ears open for that later in the show, Thomas. Alina, let's just round this off with you. What do we think of this in terms of staging, in terms of the whole package they're going to offer? Is this going to actually set the stage alight? Could this rival Albania's best ever placing?
Oh, I have so high expectations for this one. It's like that Thomas said, like she in the middle, a powerful, feminine acts, and I expect like fire or very much a strong lighting. But this is definitely going through to the final. Although it's not really my cup of tea, I starting to like it.
Yay. And that is exactly it. We love a grower. We do love a grower here. So, guys, let's do Stu's game here. Obviously, thumbs up for qualifying. In the middle for maybe. Give it a thumbs down if you don't think it's going to get past the semi-finals. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Hey, almost a thumping victory with Joe sat there. I'm going to have to go to Joe on this one. I'm going to pick you up on this one. What are we thinking? Are you thinking a borderline qualifier maybe?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do think that. I mean, I do think it will qualify, but it's not a foregone conclusion, and that's why I'm sort of more of the, borderline, because I think there's always a few surprises, isn't there, in any semi. So we will have to see. That's what I'm going to say on that one.
Hey, and
But
I'm noticing, guys.
She's a great.
She does. She does sing amazingly. I'm noticing, guys, in the chat room as well. Lots of people with the thumbs up. Tristan pointing out it's not a grower for me. I liked it from the off. A couple though still going 50-50. David's going 50-50. Lee's going 50-50. I think we can say Albania will probably do quite well. So let's move on. The second song this evening is a country that we are absolutely 100% loving to see in Turin this year, and it is the country of Ukraine. It's the Kalush Orchestra singing the song Stefania. Now, obviously, Ukraine won in 2016 with what some people might decide is quite a topical song given current events out there. I think this is great. I mean, I've written down ethno hip hop with it in some ways. I quite enjoy this. This is absolutely fantastic. Dare I say it? Because obviously we know they did select a song, which, alas, got disqualified. But this has the potential to go big in Turin. And let's start off with Phil. What do you think of this song?
Oh, I'm loving this one as well. As you say, it's like a sort of a traditional Ukrainian sounding chorus, and then it suddenly flips into rap. It stands out. There's nothing else like it. It's not a formulaic ballad or a formulaic banger. It's something different. I mean, I think it's going to do well, obviously, with the political situation, but it deserves to do well on merit too, because it's a good song. I love it. It's just a little bit bonkers, which is right on my street, as you probably guessed. But yeah, loving this one, definitely.
Okay, and I mean, Martin, obviously, lots of people absolutely love the song. They have it down as their top 40. Do we think Alina Pash would have done as well if she hadn't got disqualified?
This is my number 11. Alina Pash, Shadow of Forgotten Ancestors, would have been my number 2. And ironically, I think if not that you want war at all, but if the situation had started about 3 weeks earlier, or Vidbir had been 3 weeks later, and Alina Pash was still the song for Ukraine or the artist for Ukraine, I think what that was about would have probably almost certainly put Ukraine in pole position for winning Eurovision this year, just purely through what the content of the song was about and her performance. We're not dealing with that now. We're dealing with Kalush Orchestra and Stefania, which is brilliant. Watching it again just before the show, excellent performance. Folk and rap shouldn't work, but it's Ukraine, so it obviously does. And a great performance. Everyone's loving it. I'm fingers crossed they'll be in Turin. Otherwise, we'll have to rely on live on tape. I mean, because this year, for me, I keep saying this is very even. I don't think there's a standout at the moment. This could win, and there will be people that will, if the situation is still ongoing in May, that they will be sort of sympathetic to anything Ukrainian. but it doesn't really matter because it is a great song. It's a great performance. So I think it will do really well. I think it's pretty nailed on top 10. How far up the table it goes, don't know. But yeah, I mean, definite qualifier. But then that's Ukraine. I think this is going to really do well.
Yeah, I think it's got potential to set the stage alight. I think it's going to be a great song to dance to as well. I can see this setting Euro Club alight as well. I mean, Thomas, I don't know. Are you much of a dancer when it comes to Euro Club and things like that? Will we be seeing you on the dance floor dancing to this? Any of the pre-parties?
Only if I can have the flute to play on also. No, I can definitely see the quality in this song. It will definitely go through to the final. It will definitely end up in the top 10, maybe even the top 5. Could potentially win. It's not a song for me, but still, I can definitely see the quality in it. And the chorus sticks in your head. Now I have it in my head all night. It's a good song, but not for me.
That's fair enough. That is fair enough. Although, does this mean that you can play the flute?
Only on playback.
Love it. Alina, let's come to you, my lovely. How can you see this being staged?
Oh God, I have no idea. Why are you asking me this? No, I have no clue. I don't know. Okay, it also depends if they're gonna use the political situation, if they're gonna bring it to Eurovision to make an extra symbol. I mean, they can do this year so much with either their staging or the political situation and their staging. Like, I have no idea. Like, I don't know. I really, really, really don't know. I do know that a lot of people that I work with who have no idea about the Eurovision Song Contest are now already speaking from, I don't care who it wins, but I'm gonna vote on Ukraine because of the political situation. So that will also be like an impact in the results and in the final placement of the song. But I have a dilemma with the song. I like it, but every time I hear it, I'm like, that other one was so much better. And that's the only thing I think about when I hear the song. So, yeah, I have a dilemma.
Hey. Just before I get Joe's views on this, just to share a couple of comments on this. Obviously, Vanya does say, Vidbeer has always had a strong selection. You are absolutely right. It has. Georgina prefers this song 10 times better than last year's Shum. Although, to be fair, Go A, We Love You. Amazing song last year. Jude, so with Ukraine, but positive it will qualify. And Elliot, Ukraine entry is good, but it's not a winner. I find it too chaotic on stage, and also their attitude on the night of the final left a sour note in my mouth. Low top 10 like Italy. Elliot, some people like to embrace the chaos. We have always embraced the chaos here at ESC Fan TV. And a brief shout out as well. When I find the comment, I'm scrolling up here to Leo. Leo says, Ronela is so good, guys. Literally, Sekret is IT. Leo, I think you joined us slightly late. We actually reviewed Ronela at the very start of the show. Watch all of this, right? And then at the end of the show, go back and watch the first 10 minutes again, and you can listen to us heap praise on Ronela, because we love her too here at ESC Fan TV. Now, Joe, we've saved the best comments till last. Obviously, Ukraine, fabulous song, a dose of chaos. What's your take?
Yeah, all of the above. I love it. I think, okay, what I'm going to think is I think they're just going to go and do very similar to what they did at Vidbeer. I think the staging won't change much. Maybe they'll add some bit, some shots of the public or how they are at the moment and all the refugees. I don't know. I don't know how they'll do that. But honestly, I do think this is going to either win or come very close. Half, you know, it's a bit torn, isn't it? Because the song is good enough on its own without what's happened to do really well or win. Let's face it, it was always going to come top 5. You know, either way, it was going to do well. So if they do win, then they'll say, oh, they've won because of blah, blah, blah. And it'll take it away from the actual group themselves and the song. And I think it's a case of I hope they don't win for the fact that, you know, they don't have it going on for the rest of the time. Well, you only won because of, when actually they were good enough in themselves. Does that make sense? I just hope that, I really, really do hope that they don't win for that reason. And, you know, and also, of course, the first thing that's going to happen is everyone's going to start saying, oh, we're not going to have a, you know, where's it going to be? It's not going to be in Kiev. It's not going to be in Ukraine. Who's going to host it? Then there'll be all that going on as well. And I think, to be honest, I think it needs to get top 3, top 5, have a really good performance. Everybody loves them, but it doesn't win specifically for that reason.
Hey, thanks, Joe. Yeah, do you know what though? This is what I love, because it's so open this year.
Mm-hmm.
Some years when everyone's just like, this entry's gonna win, and I'm like, that's a bit boring, really, because you kind of already know to book a hotel in, you know, I don't know, Stockholm, for example. There's a good example. But it's always great to have a nice open contest. Brings me back to the spirit of my youth. When obviously no one knew what was going to win, or certainly me didn't have a clue. Pre-internet days, sorry people. Guys, let's move on. Let's go from Ukraine and let's instead go over to Denmark. Denmark obviously are in it to win it with these guys. Yes, it's Reddi and the Show. It's a ballad that turns into something of a rock, and something that, let's face it, is far less retro, I think, than what was offered by Fear og Flamme last year, who sadly, yes, I know, come closer, yes, I felt sorry too, that they did not qualify last year. They came 11th. They just skimmed past. Martin, are they going to have such issues this year?
I don't know. I really like this. You know, I've got no problem with this at all. It's the mix of the ballad at the beginning going into the rock song. Now, because I really like the rock part of it, and the ballad's good as well. And it's just this mix. And watching it live, sort of watched it before the show from the national final, and it worked really well. But I've got this wondering whether or not it's going to work against all of what we're seeing in semi-final 1, of which obviously all these tonight are in semi-final 1. So we're already singing the praises of everybody else. So yeah, I really like Reddi and the Show, and it was, for me, it's probably the best one in Denmark, but I'm not entirely sure whether it's going to get through to the final, even though it will add a different genre, a different sound to that semi-final for sure.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I think it goes back to the whole variety, isn't it? Sometimes they stand out, and they stand out in a very positive way, and sometimes they stand out, but they don't, or they just get lost in the crowd, I think, sometimes as well, with that. Thomas, Denmark, was this a song that you voted for?
It was definitely, for me, the best song in the Danish selection this year. For me, almost every other song in the Danish selection was a bit too nice. It was something Denmark always sends. I think this one is a bit different. It's a bit more, it's more rocky. It's all girl power. It's got good energy, I think. But I also think it will be around 50-50 if they qualify. I could easily see them going 11th like Fear og Flamme last year. I hope they go through. I think they deserve to go through, but I think it would be a close race.
A close run thing. I mean, what do you reckon they could do, just to come back on you slightly on that, what do you reckon they could do to try and shore up the, that 10th, potentially 10th place we're looking at, aren't we, in the semi-final? What do you reckon they could do for that?
Turn up the energy even more. I think they should go a little bit more crazy. I think they should really rock that part very much, and then I think they could climb to the 10th spot.
I like that idea. I do like that idea. It fits under the guise of one of those tracks for me that reminds me slightly of early 2000s kind of pop rock type thing. Alina, what do you think on this one?
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's in my top 5. Like, this song is for me such a vibe. Like, oh, it's so amazing. Like, I'm definitely gonna vote for it. And I mean, it's a song that if you're home alone, like I was today, and you're wearing your PJs all day long, as example, as I was today, and you have a drink at the daytime, as I was having today, and this song is playing, you're just dancing in your living room, having a party, and I love it so much. Like, oh, it's such a great song. I love it.
So out of curiosity, Alina, have you followed the Stu Wilder's special and stuck 10 quid on this one to win?
Oh no, like the only thing I put my money on is the Euro Millions, and I'm still losing it, so I won't even try to put money on Eurovision.
I think everyone's losing money on Euro Millions. If you do Euro Millions, that is, I'll be honest, Lena, I do Euro Millions in the UK, and quite frankly, yeah, it's still waiting. It's a long time coming. Joe, Anita says the drummer is the star of the show. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I do. She's amazing, isn't she? Because wasn't she the drummer of Selena Samai? Was it? So yeah, I'm right on it. Yeah, I thought so. Thanks, Thomas. Yeah, so effectively, she's done this before, and I love that song, and that was one of my favourites that year as well. Should have known better. I love this. I do love this song. I think when you were saying about what can do to be improved, my only little tiny gripe is the lead singer is very bare during those opening ballads, and I think if she has an off vocal, which she was a little bit on the dodgy side at the beginning in the national final, I do think it can, it can show. So I think she needs to get that vocal nailed at the beginning, and then the energy and the rock and the rest of the guys, the bands will actually see her through, and I think they would qualify on that basis. But she has to improve that vocal at the very beginning.
Yeah, the first impressions count so much, don't they? I think, particularly with Eurovision, because I always think you can always tell, and obviously, let's face it, guys, we've watched a lot of Eurovision in our time. There have been the odd performances where they haven't potentially delivered so much at the very start of the song, and we've all been able to see how that has impacted, particularly in the era of televoting and things like that, because it's almost like, as I've said many times before, the public are a fickle bunch. And if, it's off kilter for the first 15 seconds, they've already decided that they're not picking up the phone. It's very dog eat dog in that world. Phil, I am fully expecting this song to be so far up your street. What do you reckon?
Well, this is the thing. You see, I sort of stand by what I said when we reviewed the whole of the Denmark final, because it starts off like a fairly slow, maybe a little bit formulaic, and that lasts for a whole minute. So that's a third of the song gone before it actually kicks in. And there are so many other songs that start off a bit slow and I think the others do it a bit better. And you know, it's a great 2/3 of a song. The last 2/3 are fantastic, but the first bit just turns me off a bit too much. And I think the gimmick sort of falls a bit flat because of the number of other songs that are doing it maybe slightly better, and it just goes on a bit long. If it was like 30 seconds of a ballad and then the rest of it was more of the indie rock, I think it'd work a lot better. But the ballad's just too long. That's the only problem I have with it. I mean, it's a good song, don't get me wrong, I like it, but it's the last 2/3 that I really like.
Ah, that's fair enough. And to be fair, that's not a bad thing. I suspect, and I've already mentioned it once this year, but I'll mention it again. I suspect that's what a lot of Europeans thought about Thane Erotas from Cyprus in 1999, in that the last 2/3 were absolutely on point. But the first third took a little while to get going. And even Jude says, look here, I might be tempted to go put the kettle on in the first minute. We've also got here, didn't Valentina Monetta fail by doing the same thing as well? However, we've got some love for the drummer, and Anya prefers the rock part, and it was the right choice in DMGP, but doesn't think it will qualify. I hope it will. Little John UK, I don't know. Is this damning with faint praise? I don't know. I never watched Danish MGP, as it's always so lowest common denominator music. But this is good. I don't know. I think that's high praise indeed. Now, guys, after 3, is this going to qualify? Right. Remember, 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, I think the borderlines have it. I think this is going to be an interesting one. Come May, I'm sorry, Alina. But people may be swayed by it. Borderline doesn't mean it won't qualify. It just means we think we're going to sit on the fence. It's comfy on the fence. I provided cushions. So, and on that bombshell, we will move on. Yes. Here is a song some people have been waiting for. I'm convinced this is a song some people have been waiting for. Moldova. Yes, it's Zdub. And I'm not even going to bother trying to pronounce the title of the song. But let's face it, these guys are bags of fun. From Grandma banging on the drum in their first performance. And yes, that was a long time ago. 17 years. Can you believe it? 17 years. But they did come 6th. To also their performance in 2011, when they came 12th as well. They are back. Bigger, better, bringing their own unique, fabulous style of music. We're going to go straight to Thomas. What is your take on Moldova's entry this year? Is this back to a return to form for them?
I actually feel the urge to quote Gustav. Thank you, next.
And I hyped you up so much, Thomas.
It's one of the few songs in the whole selection this year I actually skip. I can't listen to it to the end. I think it's no. Thank you, next.
Oh, do you know what, Thomas? When we meet in Amsterdam, I may have to kind of, if it comes onto the dance floor, may have to make it a mission just to try and get you just to kind of feel the vibe of it. And I'm sure I will have a kindred spirit in Alina in doing that. Alina, is this your jam?
This is starting to be my jam. It's not my average jam, but it sticks in your head like oh, you can't get it out. That's the problem. Once it's in, it's in. It's terrible. But yes, it's a party song. Like, and I'm on the same team with you. We have to starting to Thomas like dance and do crazy shit on that song. Like I'm on the same page with you on Amsterdam.
Hey, I think we could tear up the dance floor to this.
Yeah.
In actual fact, maybe Seventh Heaven, if you're listening, a 3-way remix of all 3 of their Eurovision songs would actually go down a real treat. I don't know, Joe would be on the dance floor with me. Joe, do you reckon this is the best they've offered yet?
That's a very good question. I think they're all brilliant. Every single one of their songs I love. And, you know, I think when they were announced that they were going to go through and and compete, I think I screamed, and probably the next town team he must have heard, because I absolutely love this group. So, and they don't disappoint, do they? This song is catchy, it's funny, the video is hysterical. I love it. I watched it. I'm always watching it. I've always got it on. And it's the hey ho bit, isn't it? I think I can imagine, if we just all got to go on the dance floor, we're all at Amsterdam, all 6 of us, aren't we? We'll go on the dance floor. We'll just have an amazing time at that after party, just dancing around. We've got to do it. We've just got to do it, haven't we? And they will qualify, and it will be their 3rd final, and they will get a top 10. I absolutely think they will.
Do you know what? I really hope so. Ian says Moldova's song is delightfully bonkers. Love it. Well, Ian, I hope you have nominated it in the ESC Fan TV Awards, for which nominations do shut this evening. If you haven't already nominated, please do go ahead and do it. And in there, you can nominate a song for the category known as Michelle and Phil's Most Bonkers Song category. Phil, would you be happy to see this song represented in that category?
Kishina Bucharest! Yes, I love this song. It's not my most bonkers one of this year, though. But I love this song. I love Zdub. What can I say? It's just so, they're just so energetic. They have so much fun. But there's something about this song. It's about the train between Chisinau, the capital of Moldova, and Bucharest in Romania, but it's also about the cultural and historical links between the 2 countries. But it's fantastic. It's a fantastic song. As you said, it's the 3rd time. It's another classic, and there's an accordion. Who doesn't like an accordion? Brilliant.
Everyone. Everyone loves an accordion, Phil. I know everyone loves an accordion. I think Martin's bringing his to Amsterdam, aren't you, Martin?
Yes. If I can fit in the hand luggage, yes, I will. Yeah, I don't like accordions, but I do like this song. It's when I first heard it, I do a jury thing for somewhere else, and I put down annoyingly catchy polka. And that is exactly what it is. Polka, but it just sticks in your brain forever, and it's the hey ho, let's go, folklore and rock and roll. And it's just that. If you don't remember anything else about this song, that's it. They've been on the Eurovision stage twice already, so you know that they're going to knock it out of the park as far as performance-wise is going to be concerned. Be interesting to see what we're going to have on stage. I mean, there's rumours that they want to put something to do with a train on the stage somehow. I don't know whether that's possible. Maybe it'd be a big giant polystyrene thing like the trumpets that the UK had in Rotterdam. But yeah, I really like it. And I think, I don't know, I'm pretty sure it's going to get to the final. And it wouldn't surprise me if it was one of the songs that actually made it into the left-hand side, maybe even sneaked into the top 10. There you go.
Yeah. Thinking about that, actually, I'm just thinking, because they are absolutely bonkers. And originally, guys, I started off with a vision, and I was like, how the hell are they going to fit a full locomotive on stage? And then I thought to myself, my God, we could have like a model railway on stage. But it's the type of totally bonkers thing I could see them doing. I could absolutely see them doing that. And I think it would actually probably go down really well. I think it would work, if done properly. I mean, it's got Phil reaching for the gin already. That's got to be a good sign.
So maybe
Clearly,
it's the thing that you're not the stage director of that country. I mean,
what can I say, guys? If you're listening, I'm available. I am available. I'll even get Elliot in as a choreographer. To choreograph, dancing around the model train set, and Phil will provide the onboard catering with gin.
Hey!
This is all starting to sound very Spinal Tap.
There's nothing wrong with that.
is it buy one get two free kind of promotion, or what are you thinking? Like,
I don't know.
It is apparently. It's a bonkers train journey. Apparently, it's an overnight train, and from what I understand, the train tracks in Moldova are a different width to in Romania. So it gets halfway, and then they have to lift all the carriages up and put different sets of wheels on. So I don't know. It's just the whole thing behind it is bonkers, and I love this song. I'm just obsessed with it. It's fantastic.
Oh, I can't wait to dance it with you, Phil. You and Michelle. Oh, it's been amazing.
I have a vision, and you never know. Moldova may wish to see that be realised in Turin, or maybe they've got designs all of their own. As Vanya says, the staging possibilities for this are endless, and I think that sums it up quite nicely. Now, guys, we're going to have to do this anyway. Remember, thumbs up, borderline, thumbs down. After 3, for Moldova, a 1, 2, 3. Oh, Thomas, I'm sorry. You are outvoted 5-1. We are very much hoping that Moldova's train very much stops in the grand final in Turin on May the 14th. I had to think there. Wow, it's been a long night. And there is a few thumbs ups going on in the chat room. Guys, thank you to everyone who is contributing in the chat room. As always, I've been putting your comments up throughout, and we love every single contribution you guys make. It is time to look at the final entry of tonight's show. It is a country that has won just once, with a song that, quite frankly, at the time didn't really set the fan polls alight, but the performance very much certainly did. Alas, however, they haven't actually made it to a grand final since 2016, when Just represented them with Heartbeat. Yes, I am talking about these guys. It's Latvia. It's Zēni. With Eat Your Salad. Yes. What can we possibly say about this? The lyrics are, how can we put this? Interesting. Instead of meat, I eat veggies and pussy. I like them both fresh and I like them both juicy. I ride my bicycle to work instead of a car. All my groceries are divided by weight and stored in glass jars. Alina, I put it to you, my darling, what is not to love about a song like that?
oh god, I don't know. Like, why do I have to start? Shit. I mean, I want to like this song, but I'm not there yet. I mean, I think that's all I have to say.
It's fair enough. I think to be fair, you've been saved by Little John UK's comment, which is unfortunately for them Norway have stomped all over their letters, which I think is absolutely. Do you know what? You win the comment of the night, hands down. That's absolutely brilliant. I love it. Joe, compose yourself. I'm coming to you next.
Yeah, that was really funny. Okay. Yeah, Tom, I'm ready. Go on.
What do you think of Latvia's song, Joe?
Oh dear, I love it. It's like I just love it to bits. I can't stop singing it. I really can't stop singing it. I don't care what it says. I walk around all the time singing it. I'm so looking forward to seeing these guys in London and Amsterdam because I just think they're going to bring the party. There's just no question of doubt, is there really? I'd be interested in how they do this on the night or at Eurovision, because I don't know whether there's certain words that they're not allowed to say. I'm assuming so. They've got to possibly either revamp a couple of words or bleep it out somewhere, haven't they? But it's just absolutely brilliant. It's I'm not a vegan, I'm a vegetarian. I'm not a vegan. I've been a vegetarian for 20 something years, so I get them totally about eating salad because I eat lots of it as well. And I eat my veggies, and I don't store my food in glass. I don't actually buy it in glass jars. I still buy it in packaging. Maybe I need to change that. But the message is really good, isn't it? From a save your planet point of view, I'm really into saving the planet, and I think I love the message.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, well, the comparison for Subwoofer and this is for another time, but there is a serious message behind this song, which I think has become more and more topical as time has gone on as well. Phil, someone said, John Boy's actually said, this is another one for the Phil and Michelle Bonkers Award. Is this another song that you're happy to see in the category this year?
Oh yeah, it's a fantastic song. I mean, it's a great beat behind it. It's a great tune, and the lyrics are about environmentalism and sex, basically. The only thing, I mean, it's a song that everyone's talking about, but the only problem with it is everyone's talking about the first line of the song because it's the best opening line of a song ever. And the problem is, I don't think they're going to be able to sing it in Eurovision. I think they're going to get censored, and I think because of that, it'll lose some of the impact that it's had from everyone else who's heard it beforehand. But it's still a great song, and I love it, and I hope it does well. But I don't know if the censorship's going to kill it. And I think I just saw the cat fly across Aline's
Yeah, I was actually looking at Aline's screen.
It's like being fetched with like a piece of paper, and it's the best entertainment tourist. I mean, a part of you guys, entertainment tourists. But yeah.
Interesting when I was talking about that opening line, your cat went past.
I'm sorry.
Looking for salad.
Yeah.
Martin, are Latvia actually going to break their non-qualifying run this year?
Yes, this is definitely the best chance they've had since 2016. And I mean, basically the story with me is, obviously people know I have a radio show, and when I first heard this audio, I thought, oh, for God's sake, I'm going to have to censor this if this wins. I don't want it to win. Let's have Aminar to be nice and safe. And then you see the performance. The first semi-final, they had all the swearing in, and then the national final didn't. And if anybody thinks, oh, it's going to be spoiled, you watch the national final and it's not. And it's excellent. There's loads of energy. It's fun. It's one song this year that makes me smile. Whenever you hear it, I know that people are going to go, oh, I don't like it. It's too cheesy or whatever. Great performance by the guys. Great vocals, because there's so much energy going on there, and they're so on point with all of the vocals. And yeah, I really love it. I've put, I don't want to like this. I love it. And it's my number 5 this year. I really think this could do well. I'm pretty sure that it's going to get Latvia into the final. And I think once it's there, I think this will be one of the ones that people voting at home will remember. People who aren't fans, people who just watch Eurovision one night a year, who go, oh yeah, and if it's in the right place in the running order, they might think, oh, I really love that. That was great music, and they were having a lot of fun. And I think this could be a good year for Latvia. And obviously at the promo parties, there's going to be a lot of the fandom singing a word out loud that they don't normally sing or talk about ever. So that's the other funny bit of this song. So
yeah, do you know what? And I think that will probably appeal to people when they've had a drink or two, shall we say?
yes.
just one or two. Cheers, Thomas. Is this something that you are prepared to vote for this year, or is this one that you think is just going to end up in the thank you next pile?
If they can perform it with that much energy that they did in the national final, yes, that could get my vote. I love the energy. I love they absolutely fly around on that stage and at the same time hits the notes. He sings it. He sings it well. They all sing it well. I like the message in the song, but in general, the song is not for me. But I can definitely see this going through to the final.
Yeah, I do you know what? I just love it. I love the energy of it, and I think this is the thing about some of the songs this year. There's some fantastic energy in lots of the songs that we've seen this year, and these guys are going to totally bring it, and they might even persuade me to eat some salad as well. You never know. You never know. Guys, simple task, and for you guys at home as well in the chat room, thumbs up, borderline, or thumbs down. Are Latvia going to make it through semi-final 1 this year after 3? 1, 2, 3. It's a thumbs up for everyone apart from Alina, who's just kind of like borderline. Hey, do you know what? We'll take it. It's a 5-1 victory there. Guys, absolutely amazing. We have come to the end of the 5 songs that we are reviewing this evening. Some of you at home may be thinking, oh my God, that was fantastic, but you didn't actually review my favourite songs. Well, check out what is coming up next on ESC Fan TV. Yes, we are back on Saturday. We're looking at Belgium, Malta, Iceland, Israel, and Estonia. If you're thinking to yourself, I quite like Italy's act, go back, look on the YouTube channel, and you will see our reviews of Italy, Slovenia, Montenegro, North Macedonia, and Czech Republic. They're ready and waiting for you. And then you can see there, we're back midweek next week on Tuesday at the slightly earlier time of 8 o'clock Central European time for a bit of Romania, Spain, San Marino, Netherlands, and Serbia. I would like to thank my panel this evening for an absolutely fabulous show. Massive thanks to Elina.
Thanks for having me, and I can't wait to talk about Belgium.
I have to put that comment up.
It's not even a country. Yes, we are a country, and we are I would say, no, great. No, we are.
Yes, you are.
And we love it. Nah.
Exactly. Massive thanks to Thomas.
Thank you, guys. It was great fun tonight.
Big thanks to Martin.
Yes, thank you for being on this evening. I won't be on the next show because it's got 4 out of 5 that are in my bottom 5.
But you will be missed, Martin. And guys, please do remember, once you've exhausted all our content on YouTube, do check out Martin's Let Me Be the One radio show, which is broadcast over the internet at 9 o'clock Central European time every Wednesday night at Bradley Stoke Radio. Also, Tuesday night. Damn. Tuesday night. Sorry. We'll edit that out.
It's available on Mixcloud anytime. Yeah.
There we go. Mixcloud anytime. Oh dear. I have to say the chat room are on point as well tonight. Also, big thanks to Martin, to Phil as well. Totally lost the plot.
No, thanks. It's been great. I love these songs. They're all great songs. I'm glad to have been reviewing them because they're fantastic. It's been a great evening. Thank you.
And also, a fantastic, massive, big thank you to my honorary co-host of the evening. It's the lovely Jo.
Oh, thank you, Tom. I did absolutely nothing to be co-host tonight, though, but don't worry. I'm just there. Thanks, lovely. It's been great. And yeah, what the cracking entries. And I don't think I've stopped laughing from the second we started today. It's been really good.
It's been amazing, and it's been great to see you guys here. Also, not only would I like to thank the panel, but I'm also going to thank every single person in the chat room this evening. Guys, your contributions have been absolutely on point. We have loved everything from Norway stomping on lettuce to Tristan's comments on the various national final songs that should have got through as well. Guys, you have been brilliant, and we'd love you to join us again on Saturday night, 9 o'clock Central European time. In the meantime, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell, find us on YouTube, keep the conversation going on Facebook and Instagram, and we'll see you on Saturday. And bye for now. Bye-bye.